The Story of the Solar System, for Children. Once upon a time, hundreds of thousands of years ago, the sun was nothing more than a very large cloud of gas and dust floating through space. The sun felt very lonely, he had no friends and no one to talk to. One day he decided to do something to stop being so alone in such a big and empty space, so he called Mrs. Gravity to help him make dust and gas together without leaving the cloud. Lady Gravity took pity on the sun for being so lonely, so she used all her power to make the dust and gas come closer and closer. They got so close that they started to burn, and then the sun became a huge super flame that lit up everything around and gave off a lot of heat. Just as the sun began to burn, several pebbles were thrown into empty space, but to prevent them from floating too far, Miss Gravity made them float into space close to the large fireball that was now the sun. So they began to circle around him, one closer, one farther. Years after this incident, however, the sun was just as lonely, so Mrs. Gravity decided to slowly put all those pieces of stone together and form large balls of different colors and sizes. He managed to make 8 balls, and so the planets around the sun were born, who was very happy that he was no longer alone. All he had to do was name his new girlfriends. You, who are closest to me and move very, very fast, will be called Mercury. You, who are so graceful, come after Mercury and spin in the opposite direction to your sisters, I will call you Venus. Oh! Said the sun excitedly at the sight of the next ball, which was full of water but also dry. I will call you Terra. The next planet I see is slightly smaller than Earth and is red in color. You will be Mars. You, who have several rows and several months, I will christen you Jupiter. You are also the biggest. And you, the one with rings around. Your name will be Saturn. Do you hear? Why are you inclined? The sun asked the next planet. I was hit by a comet, she answered. Okay, I'm going to give you a very nice name, Uranus. And don't sit back there. You are the last, you revolve around me so slowly that it takes you 160 years to make a complete revolution. You too are blue, and your name will be Neptune. The sun was beaming with happiness, but before he let the planets revolve around him forever, Lady Gravity said to him, Don't worry, I'll watch and make sure nothing happens to us. And since then the 8 planets always revolve around the sun, who is happy that his friends are always with him in space. Thank you so much for watching, it would help me a lot if you hit the subscribe button.